I'm here today with Dennis Burton. Dennis, how you doing?
How you doing, Dave? Good, very good.
I was at, a week and a half ago, I was at the LansingDay.net, and I understand you were the main driver behind that this year.
Main driver with a lot of help.
A lot of help. This was, and I really want to talk to you because this was your first conference that you really took point on, right?
Correct.
What was that like? That's tell me about that process and how did you know how to do it?
It gives you a lot of perspective on how much effort it takes to organize one of these conferences. There are a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, happen well ahead of time, in terms of just getting the event, setting up speakers, and dealing with schedules. You know, sometimes speakers have to leave early or have to head out. They have other commitments they have to make, so you know, jostling the schedule a little bit, and sometimes things come up where you're switching speakers in and out. So there's a lot of things going on there, setting up refreshments for people during the event and things that happen on the fly, like say the air conditioner may not work very well, so
it was a little warm in those classrooms. Anyway.
Trying to deal with facilities and that sort of stuff. So there's a whole lot going on.
Oh, let's talk about the facilities. The facilities actually, other than the warm classroom, were great. It was at the Jack Breslin Student Event Center at Michigan State. Yep. My alma mater.
That was one of the things I looked at whenever I was looking for events. Is we were looking at various other colleges and hotels and other places in the area that could host that size of an event. And one of the things that went through my mind is, what can we do? What kind of event would be a signature Lansing location? And certainly, the Breslin Center is one of those signature Lansing locations.
Yeah, so that's great. For those who don't know, that's where the MSU basketball team plays their home games. That's what it's most known for.
Correct. So it was really nice to be able to get a hold of that event, and the staff there. Nancy Egan was the person that we worked with, was fantastic in working with us for the event and setting up areas for speaker room and stuff like that that were not normally in their event venues and stuff like that. So they did a lot of things to help us out.
Yeah, I had a little interaction with Nancy when I was there. I needed something printed, and she found a printer and got it for me. So it was a big help. My laptop died. I had to transfer things over,
right,
and get some notes off of it.
Right. Yeah, she was amazing. And one of the other questions you asked earlier was, how did you know how to do it? And that was, basically with a lot of help from the people who have been around the community before, right? Jeff McWhirter led up the conference last year, was a lot of help, and Joe Kunk was involved with last year's event. The two of them also did a lot of work for the event. There was a lot of the effort went on between the three of us, and then the board also helped out during the actual day of the event.
So most of what you talked about, getting the speakers showing up on time and getting refreshments out, that's all the day of the event stuff. That has to be done on the day. But you didn't start your work at 6 a.m. on the day of Lansing Day. I'm thinking you started working a little bit before then, right?
Yeah, we started, I think our first conference call was back in April.
This is August now.
We decided what kind of topics we wanted for the event and how we wanted to set the event up, and some of the things came through and some of them didn't, but overall I think we had a pretty good event.
I think so too. What was the biggest challenge?
So the biggest challenge was probably the air conditioner the day of the event. It couldn't quite keep up with the heat that was being generated in the rooms. So not sure what was going on there. But other than that, it seemed like everything went really well. We had, with the help of Jeff and Joe and all the other people on the board that were on the event, we split up tasks really well. I don't think anybody was really overwhelmed. We knew the things that we needed to get from the previous year, so we kind of laid them all out and lined them all up time-wise. So one challenge this year that was a little bit more challenging than last year was funding. Sponsorship is a little bit more challenging this year.
The economy is pretty down now, especially in Michigan.
Yeah, it was a little bit more challenging this year than last year. So one of the side effects of that is that the event did not provide lunch,
provided lunch, but it wasn't a free lunch.
Right, the event didn't pay for the lunch. So what we had was we opened up one of the concession stands at the Breslin Center, and were able to get food there. So, which was another part of being in the venue, right? You go to the Breslin Center, have a brat, it's
right.
Pretty good.
Oh, that was good. So not to dwell on the heat, but if you get a bunch of the speakers in the Heartland community and you put them in rooms and you have them talk about the things they're passionate about. Are you really surprised there isn't a lot of hot air filling up those rooms? I'm just saying.
No, there's a lot of really bright people in this area, so it's not all hot air.
Okay. So next year, Lansing, will there be a day of .NET?
There will
2010 in Lansing.
Probably be a day of .NET next year.
Okay.
One of the things that the Lansing group tends to do is we kind of distribute around, who's in charge of the event. And
So you're saying you probably will not be in charge next year?
I will probably be involved. Chances are I'll probably not be heading it up, and just give somebody else the chance to take that opportunity, which I was very thankful that Jeff and Joe gave me the opportunity this year.
Yeah. So now you're in the mentor role, and the next guy in line is going to be you'll be playing Jeff and Joe to that guy.
Sure, as well as probably Jeff and Joe as well. And there are lots of resources in this area, right? Jennifer Marsman is our coordinator from Microsoft.
The developer evangelist in this area,
yeah. She helps us out significantly. She's involved with almost all of the events in this area that are on Microsoft technologies. So if you ever have any questions about how to organize an event or things that need to be done, she's a great resource as well.
Yeah, reach out to her. I know she's got lots of free time. No, she's great. She's really. I've reached out to her for a number of things, and she's always very supportive.
Yeah.
Tell me about how people find out more about Dennis Burton.
I'm on Twitter at dburton.
Uh-huh.
Not as active on there as I'd like to be, but also blog at developusing.net or dennisburton.com. They both go to the same place.
Okay.
So,
Anything else you want to talk about? What's going on tonight?
Tonight we have the Lansing .NET user group, and we have Phil Japixi speaking on MVVM and WPF. So that should be a really good session. Phil's an excellent speaker. If you haven't seen him, try to get a chance to see him.
I agree. He spoke at my user group in Southfield, Michigan last night. Did a great job on it in Harbor Day. So come on out tonight. I'm just kidding. This isn't live television. Come out. What does that mean? That's the third Thursday of each month. Is that right?
Correct. The Lansing.net user group is the third Thursday.
At where is it?
We meet at one of the rooms on campus, which varies.
Campus at
typically
Michigan
from
State University.
Month to month.
My alma mater. All right, great. Dennis, thanks so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And congratulations on a great event.
Thank you. Days of .NET are great events for hanging out with friends and learning about new technologies.